another exciting evening, as we all know, and I would like to introduce Karen Hines, who is a member of the board of the St. Louis Artists Guild. She's a friend of mine, and she has helped us with this whole event, all 3 weekends. Karen was the one that brought our wonderful artists in for us to do our teaching, and she also is an author. And if you have seen Billy O'Donnell's book, Painting Missouri, the writing in it was done by Karen. She spent 7 years going to every county in Missouri and has written about it. She also edited Brian Haynes' book. And so we are very pleased to have her here tonight, and she's going to be the moderator for our panel. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks. I'm going to try to project my voice. I don't have one that does it, but I'm going to try really hard. It was really an honor to be with all of you these past 3 weeks. Your art guild and getting to know Mary and Carolyn and so many of you at the French Festival. Even though I haven't had time to talk to you all personally, just the connection we've had has been really fantastic. So thank you so much for really having me be part of your community for 3 weeks. It's been really wonderful. And I wanted to introduce our panelists this evening, starting with Bonnie Rasmussen. Bonnie is an artist. She joined the St. Louis Artists Guild in high school. She was a student at the University of Iowa, where there's a strong influence of Grant Wood in the art department. She then went on to, she started actually at Washington University and then Iowa, and then took some classes at Washington University. She received an award, and Bonnie will talk about this in a few minutes. And please feel welcome to come up later. This is Bonnie. She's on Facebook. Actually, I have a Facebook page, and I've been publicizing the events each weekend, and this is on Facebook this morning. And Bonnie will talk to you about who those people are in a few minutes. She has met some of the artists involved with the school or students of the school, as you have, Jim, right? 20 years. And she was also past president of St. Louis Artists Guild in the 1980s. Our first location for the St. Louis Artists Guild was on Union. And it is a building that the Artists Guild owned, and it is still there. It's near the opera, the Union Opera, and the stage is still there, and Tennessee Williams performed some of his plays on that stage. So we're really working hard to get a literary arts section back at the St. Louis Artists Guild so that we can bring back some of those wonderful things that happened many years ago at the Artists Guild. After Union, the Artists Guild moved to Webster Groves, and we were there quite some time, and then needed a bigger location and moved to Clayton, Missouri, and Old Mill Park. There are 2 big mansions there, and we're at number 2 Old Mill Park. And we're not certain at this time we are probably going to be moving to a new location, and as you all know, things take time. So we're all working really hard on that new prospect, and it's an exciting time. Bonnie is also a designer. Her father was a builder, and she told us earlier today that she read plans before she read words. She kind of grew up. She's one of the first things I saw that Bonnie had done is she carved wood into pieces of fruit. It was in one of the Artist Guild's exhibits, and each one, I just had fun feeling, all the different shapes. And she'll talk to you about some of the other things she's brought tonight. She's quite an artisan. We have Brian Haynes, and those of you that are taking your class in his class are probably know him. Brian's a regionalist artist. He went to the University of New Mexico and Art Central College of Design in Pasadena. And of course, he's worked very hard, and this book, Regionalism, is a 30-year compilation of his work as being an illustrator and moving on to an artist. It's designed in such a way that artists will love it, but even people that are not visual artists, is wonderful to see the progression of his career from being a young boy and starting as an artist. His father and brother are also artists, and I love his story about growing up in Kirkwood, and his mom saw his talent, and she went over to Merrimack Community College and talked to some professors, and she was able to get him to go to music classes at lunchtime. So this is during high school, so it was in your heart and soul for a long time. And this is Catherine Mahorsky. She's the executive director of the St. Louis Artists Guild, and we're also honored tonight in the back row to have Randy Allen, who's our president of the St. Louis Artists Guild, and his wife Cindy. Thank you very much for coming. And Catherine graduated with a MFA from SIU in Edwardsville. She was also executive director of Jacoby Art Center in Alton, is an artist, and is a huge asset to the St. Louis Artists Guild. She is wearing probably 3 hats and keeping it going wonderfully. I told her recently, and these are items we do to indicate when we do our current summer exhibition. When you walk into the Artists Guild, it now looks like a gallery in Chicago or any other big cities. It just has a total facelift since you came into the world. So with no further delay, we're going to talk about the St. Louis and St. Genevieve Art Connection then and now. And this isn't, we have somewhat of an outline, but this is interactive. So good questions as we move along. Please don't hesitate asking them. We would love to have comments, and as someone says something, we want to hear what you know about that also. So we've detailed this somewhat like a past, present, and future detailing. Let me start with Bonnie. And I would like to know, Bonnie, how did you first come into contact with the St. Louis Artists Guild in St. Louis and some of the people you met there?
My first contact with the St. Louis Artists Guild was with my Franklin High School art teacher, Ellen Cordell, who is a member of the Guild. She had background as an artist in New York City. I brought one of her prints along here this evening to share with you. It's a lithograph. I think with such a small audience here, we could just pass this around. The Tri-Borough Bridge. We never did any lithography in high school, but having such a good trained teacher in high school was very, very important. She was interested in the community and making connections for her students, and it didn't hurt a bit that my mother was on the school board. But we had an architect nearby in the community who was one of the main Frank Lloyd Wright graduates in St. Louis. This was William Bernoulli. He was a friend of our drama teacher, a man of about the same age, and lived within walking distance. And his office was in Clayton, Brent Boulevard, and Forsyth, a place called Forsyth Walk, which is no longer there. That was the first organized weekend art event that I remember going to and participating in, and my school teacher was there, and I can't tell you who else because I just was a young kid from high school, but it was well attended, and the influences of the Frank Lloyd Wright second-hand though it be, through Bernoulli, have lasted a lifetime. As was mentioned here, my father was in the building business, and just real quick, when I graduated from high school and my brother was a year older, my dad was always building a new house and moving us from one new house to the next new house. So to keep my brother and myself busy all summer, we had a patio like this behind our house, but when we moved in, it was a pile of bricks and instructions.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we did all summer. And this Bernoulli was very helpful in suggesting when we put in the time. So it's been a lifetime situation with me of being involved with art and creating things. The few notes that I have for leading into the build, the connection with the build. One goes back to this land. This is a book put out by the St. Louis Artist Guild a number of years ago. Richard Miller has painted these gorgeous paintings. He and one of his friends worked at the Post-Dispatch as young men. And then Richard Miller wanted to go to Paris to study, and he saved up his money and he did. And the Longmire family in Webster Groves really helped with the economic situation of the guild when the guild moved into Webster. Sponsored this commemorative exhibit. I'll pass this around as well. This was, I forget the date at the moment, but you will have a chance to look through it. It's reestablished the strong connection with Washington University because he was a student there and went to Paris. And then when he was much older, he came back to America and he went to Provincetown and started the Provincetown workshops. And at Provincetown, and the St. Louis people went up and reconnected. And so it was a very important figure that really is, but isn't St. Louis. And let's see, what's next? Moving forward in time, one other person from that era was a woman named Malvina Hoffman. She took some anatomy classes and drawing classes at Washington University. It's not every place where we admit women for anatomy. Okay? We've all seen Malvina Hoffman's work. If you've been to the Chicago Art Institute, go into North Door, or Eastwood, you go in, you see these sculpted faces of races of people in the world. That's her work. It's inside many scientific book illustrating it, the different races. And part of the connection of being able to get that job, being recommended for it, is, in my opinion, the very strong emphasis on art drawing and anatomy that was available through Washington University early on. And so was very good connection. And when you hear those things and you learn those things as a young person, it stays with you. Let's see, back to a little closer to the future time. This picture, which I can also pass around, this was taken about 1953 or 4. Downtown in 6th corner, which used to put on the Scholastic Art Awards through the Carnegie Institute in Pittsburgh, I believe. And the National Art Awards exhibit for high school students. And this was 1953 or 4, as I said. They give you a little gold key if you won an award. And that particular year, I won more gold keys than anybody else. So you have this gentleman over here, very young, Siegfried Reinhardt, giving out the awards. The man next to a young man is another high school student from Cape Girardeau. His name is Terry Pope, P-O-P-T. He's responsible for me having the picture. This gentleman is Colonel Francis Ripley. That's myself.
That's the University of Madison.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. And this is Virginia Weavers, who was another student from St. Louis area at Southwest High School. And I was a little bit. Okay, so another influence for me from from the Guild, and having gone to the University of Iowa principally, which had a world-renowned print department, headed by Mauricio Lazansky. He was South American, but the family was, they were either from Poland or Russian, and they were Jewish, and they had fled to South America, and then they came to North America. And Lazansky's father worked in our U.S. government mint as an engraver, and he of course followed, but he was an engraver of art prints, and the University of Iowa in Iowa City had a very strong art department. He established the print department, which was world-renowned. It was still going. They took over the studios of Grant Wood after Grant Wood had passed away. This print is by Bernard Drevis, who was teaching at Washington University. He saw one of the prints that I had made in Iowa. I won a prize in an Artist Guild exhibit. And he wanted a copy of it. It's a nice portrait, about 3 times as big as this. And so we engineered a trade. He invited me over to his house in Webster, and he had a portfolio there, and he said, "You just go through it and have one if you want, you know." I took this little one, and I said, "Oh, have another," which I have, but it was too large to bring. And this is a woodblock print, and pass it around as well. The extra artwork at the top is by myself. And then the third piece that I brought along here is by a St. Louis sculptress who my high school teacher took myself and my brother down to meet her one day. She was down in Central West End. She worked out of her, she on Maryland Avenue, we're working out of her garage on the alley. And her name is Marie Taylor. She was friends with Betty Parsons in New York City. We had a gallery, and I don't know if this piece was in that show or not, but it may well have been. The St. Louis Artist Guild did a show of hers, let's say 30 years ago. Peter Walnut put the pieces together. His mother was an artist as well. And this was launched before that show. And his comment to me was that Marie Taylor would have done this piece after her visit to Mexico, because it has sort of Mexican, Aztec kind of influences. Largely, a lot of the things that I saw that she did were small animals, maybe a little turtle, birds, something smaller than this, and not in the St. Genevieve model. This is the only piece that I know of. That doesn't mean that there aren't more. This one we have to come up and look at. It's my understanding that the floor is closed at the moment, but they're probably.
It was a St. Genevieve marble or limestone? Marble floors.
It is actually, I think, a type of limestone that was 5 different colors.
Yeah.
And it is the material that surrounds the Constitution of the Declaration of Independence.
Really interesting.
National.
I don't know, this weighs probably 15 pounds, maybe, something like that. So, the rest of what I have here largely pertains to some of the wood carving that I do, and you're free to come up and look at things. I've taught at the junior college this week, and at the same time was working at a commercial ad agency, so I learned over typesetting and that kind of stuff. And so I've been able to move in a variety of directions, but coming out of the University of Iowa Street Department, I had a friend from Chile who said, try making this wood cut, and my wood cuts quickly turned into wood carvings, and that's the direction my cuts were gone. The pictures in here, this is the major tasting room and office party room for Anheuser-Busch downtown. It's the top floor of the historic room house, and it was a lot of fun working down there, getting to design all of the hops and barley and the rice and make them and cut them, and then the wood was hard. It was gymnasium hard white maple. And I said, sure, I'll do that. And I did, you know. Anyway, there's some nice pictures here. It's hops, barley, and rice, and more hops, barley, and rice. And then the mixing of the ingredients, and, you know, and so on. And I've done work for the Circus World Museum and on some of the circus wagons. There were some English circus wagons that Jackie Fox, who was head of the museum at the time, brought to America. Some American GI had seen this during World War II, and so now it's like late 60s. Somebody tells him about it, and bang, he goes over and they're still there. Chaplain Fox was no longer living, but he was one of those people who could have charmed the birds out of the tree. And he got those wagons into the Circus Museum in Baraboo. And one of the wagons had 4 standing rampant lions on it that were a little smaller than I am. And 2 of them were gone, but fortunately it had most of the left and most of the right facing lion. Now, so I was working with a gentleman here in St. Louis who had deep connections with the circus. How else can I put it? You know, and we got those shreds of antiques down to St. Louis, and I had to fix them up and then duplicate each one that was left and right, and then we had to ship them back to Baraboo. Well, at the time we had to ship them back, there was national beer strike. And you have to realize that the brewing companies in Milwaukee are paying for all of this. And so it was early enough that the trucking company strike did not apply to trucks returning beer bottles because there were no throwaways. It didn't apply to trucks returning empty beer bottles to the brewery. So the man that I was working with here was an old circus man, and he was another one of those people who could charm the birds out of the trees. So one morning we took my finished pieces in my father's car, in a big trunk, to one of the brewing places way up north, one of the delivery services. They're still in business. And then all of this is prearranged, and they got the truck driver distracted. And he's taking all this stuff back to Schlitz, all these empties. and so we quickly put the lions in the back of his truck. They locked it and they packed up, closed it, and the driver never knew what he had. And when we got up to Milwaukee, the people from the Circus Museum were in Milwaukee to pick up the and please feel free to come up afterwards and through the supply.
Thank you, Tanya.
We're walking through your wonderful town today, looking at all the great art and just kind of understanding your strong influence and how Amy Schweig and Justin Beer Brickley were on the board of governors in the St. Louis Artist Guild. Correct me if I'm wrong, from what I understand, they were key in forming the School of Art, correct? And so we're just, this has all been just such a great connection. And just hearing you, Bonnie, and talking today, as we're walking through town was great. And I wanted to ask you how important what social realism was in your studies, particularly at the University of Iowa.
Okay, I was not at Iowa when Grant Wood was there, the road before that. But I was well aware of the post office murals and things nationally that appeared. And they all dealt with social realism in one way or another. And it's kind of heard about this on and off, until this very day. And always wondered about the wonderful exhibit in the neighborhood was there a post office. It's a requirement, I wouldn't know where it is. It's the American family. And I looked at it and said, it has to be a Grant Wood design. And yes, Grant Wood didn't do any wood carving. And I didn't know who did. And I asked around and nobody seemed to know. And then a friend of mine put out a book about Maplewood and attributed it to Colin Millis, the Danish sculptor who was teaching at St. Louis University at the time that he was making the fountain outside of Union Station. Yeah. So that makes sense. It's just hard to know sometimes how you get everything put together. And so
Some, you're able to do a great job with that. I just was curious about it. Your field is on the resources. Thank you.
yeah, the people that I've mentioned here have been involved in regionalism. Werner Druvis, for instance, was heavily involved with the WPA, which involves regionalism. That's kind of what it was all about, to keep artists working through a very difficult economic time. And you'll find various other artists, probably of his vintage, helping keep people busy like that. There's some crazy stories if you've ever read a book about Grant Wood. I recommend it. It's amusing and entertaining and informative about regionalism. If ever there was a regional artist, it's Grant Wood.
Moving on to Catherine, just wondering, Catherine, how much influence that you heard the Washington University professors had on the St. Louis Artists Guild and consequently on St. Genevieve's summer classes?
I've just been with the St. Louis Artists Guild as director for 2 years, and am honored to be a part of an organization that's 127 years old. So that in itself is an astounding feat. I think that in St. Louis, some of this history is lost. I mean, it's within the guild, but it's not a history that I was aware of until I started working there and reading the archives and looking through books that I just found on the shelf. And they have been great that there are archives there, but not organized in any way. Historians in the room, you would be horrified. But it's an incredible legacy, I think, for an arts organization to start from a group of Washington University students that formed a sketch club. It grows out of the St. Louis Sketch Club. And students and professors continue to grow this organization. And, St. Louis was a big city, and Washington University was the art school. And people from around, or even the East, would come to Washington University to go to school. I think an important part that Bonnie noted is that they allowed women into the school and into figure studies. Harriet Hosmer, a early American sculptor, came to Washington University One of her first sculptures is in Lafayette Square Park. It is of the Senator Benton, and it is one of the first large-scale public sculptures in St. Louis. But she had to come to St. Louis to study. She had to beg her father to come to St. Louis and to Washington University to study. So I think there is this huge influence that begins a legacy of what becomes then also community arts. And that's where I think we all fit in also, is that we know, all of you here in this room know how important it is to have arts in your community and to bring that forward. So, I mean, as Bonnie was talking about the influences that have come down to her, then I think as a leader of an arts organization, I just hope we're providing opportunities for people that they can grow, so that legacy continues, and it gives them opportunity to study and show and interact with other artists. So I think, it's a history that's not very well known in St. Louis and has been forgotten, but is extremely important.
Are there any artists that you feel now interested in social realism and mutualism, and do you see art coming into your exhibits that are reflection at all of what we're discussing?
There's Brian. One thing that I think is also great about this time period in history, and I think it's been going on for a long time, is the doors are wide open. We're near Washington University and Fontbonne University, and Fontbonne is just taking the lead on figurative work. Students are coming from around the country to study at Fontbonne because their faculty is just absolutely fabulous, and the figurative work that is coming out of that school is incredible, and we are getting those students participating in our shows. But on the other hand, we have people making the most abstract sculptures that are just sublime and beautiful, and some of them are meant to be inside, and some of them are meant to be outside. And we have videos in our summer regional show right at the moment. So there's just, it's just like everything. Everything is there. And in terms of, the work has content. I don't know I don't think as an organization, we have groups that meet, there are sketch groups or a photography group or an illustrators group, but that any one of those groups has taken a mission of social activism within their work. I think art centers and art organizations themselves are activism, and continually to remind people and give people a place to be inspired and to engage in the arts. But I can't say as an organization that at the moment there is a group that identifies themselves as a social activist group.
Well, I want to say to Catherine and to now Randy, yes, you have provided a great place for artists to come. As we were speaking before, those of us who work in isolated areas know our group, and my group is still the illustrators group, and we come together and thrive and talking about ideas, and one person gets up and gives a presentation of what they're working on presently. It's fantastic. We can all just be amazed at what they're doing, get something from it, go back to our remote little caves, do whatever we do, and something comes out of it. So you provide the yeast for the bread, so yes, it's providing a lot. But social activism, in what form? We all do that in little bits and pieces.
Well, don't you think in the 30s here, we were talking, a like-minded group of people came here, or were attracted to St. Genevieve. And they had a particular theory or concept that was current. And I think they fed off of one another to pursue that and engage really what was a national trend at that time also. And so, again, I think it's that group of people that came together to share knowledge, to push each other,
Let's face it, artists are an insecure lot. So if we can get together and you say, wow, that's great what you're doing. Or, we can go back and do more of it.
Right, I agree, absolutely. Me too. Brian, getting off a little, how did the word regionalism emerge?
Yeah, well, of course, I knew about that word from reading about Tom Sarthen and his history. It's a wonderful biography just out. And it is a disparaging remark, as most of these terms come from a writer or a reviewer in New York when Tom Sarthen was there in the 30s trying to make a go of it, had some shows, and he was written off by this critic as a mere regionalist. So that's the first time the word appeared in print. And I don't know the exact year, but it was in the 30s. And it was, Benton remembered it, so when he went back to Kansas City, he brought it out again and was proud of it and used it as a label to describe his work. Proud of it at that time. That's the first time we saw it.
And how do you see the importance of regionalism in general, both doing and discussing it today?
Well, Karen edited my book, and so when I was asked to produce this book, I brought 30 years of work together and had to title it something. And regionalism at the time and still is very important to my work. And I hope people see the influences of it from those people before. It just effervesces through me, I think, because my father had a great art book collection. My brother and I sat in front of it since we can remember. And I think it just came out of that. Being from Missouri, right? The landscape kind of describes these shapes. Benton had what is it called, his bumps and hollows. And he described his painting style, like we were talking about today at class, how to construct the armature that your painting hangs on. He called it bumps and hollows. When you go out here and you see the crooks of the trees and the way the river bends, it's in the landscape, really describing something. So, where was I going with that?
Missouri.
Yeah, well, and we were talking
place.
maybe, it is a place. And yeah, it could be New Mexico, it could be here and there. They have different characters, but they're all American and unique in that way. The way I see it maybe going on from here, let's not get carried away. I am not starting a movement, I'm not carrying on a movement, but we all carry cell phones around in our pockets, aren't we? We're computer-based, we're digital. That's really taking over our lives, isn't it? It feels like it, doesn't it? But on the other hand, what do we see emerge? And I believe to counteract that is farmers markets, the makers movement, eating local food, local board movement, helping, what else? Things, handmade things are expensive. And, and all these things are emerging to counteract that, I truly believe. I think there's these two parallel movements going on. And I think there's some thirst for that regional character that we find in our states, everywhere, Connecticut, wherever. So.
Catherine reminded me that.
Well, just when we were talking about this regionalism, and I've only taken these 2 workshops, and I gleaned so much from both of them. I mean, Dan gave us why do you do art, and, he really did touch on regionalism, how, it's really appreciated more in the area it is because you guys are familiar with it. It's something that's, like you were talking about, pleasing to the eye, what you're familiar with, what you like. And then your color that you put into regionalism is just a whole new, thing. And I just see it makes people feel warm and fuzzy. And I don't know. We're home. Like you said, all this technical stuff, and we haven't, and people crave that. They want their roots. They want something.
We came from somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's I went to school in California, as you said, and I met my wonderful wife there, who's German, and brought her back here to consider moving here, and we did. I'm glad we did. And when we came back, as you know, Southern California is looking to the future and the present. There's no past. You come here, and the past is around you, and you see it fresh. And so we desired exactly that. We wanted to feel our roots. And so I think my work at the same time looks back and looks forward at the same time, because the past and the subject matter, but the way it's designed, I hope is current.
And and what I never realized with our art is that we are, especially especially in the region, recording history and that personal perspective, kind of like the Civil War things, you know? I mean, that personal connection. People connect with it when they see individually, when they see the story.
Brian, how do you find the word that you create and call regionalism the same and also different from those of artists like those at the Summer School of Art, like Joe Jones, Matthew Ziegler, and Thomas Herman?
Well, I think Bonnie put her finger on it, maybe it was color, because they were working and trying to express social statements about the Depression. Look at their color on purpose. It's dark and brooding. I think we see it in a new way now.
Well, you have the influence of television and cinema that was available earlier, and through those electronic mediums, you can connect with your colors, waiting on reality, you know, and we make reality replace.
Earlier today, we were talking about regionalism being a sense of place, and when Catherine brought these over, she said to me, she pointed out Parents Regional Summer Exhibition. And I was like, and did you plan that? And she said no. And then Randy, our president, brought this. He's been doing some photography in Forest Park, and they put his photo on the new visitor's guide for Forest Park, and he's also been in the Southwest Flight magazine, which, you know, and I just said to him, you know, this is regional, this is photography, but it's still regionalism art. So, you know, it's definitely here, you're all doing it, it's wonderful to see you all in class and creating different things. And I guess we're going to conclude before questions, but what do you see in the future for the idea of the regionalism? What?
The future?
Do you see anything, or did you just already express your feeling? But I guess the future of regionalism is what we're doing right now. It's a sense of place and where we are and what you're going to create tomorrow or what you artists are going to create next week. Can be regionalistic.
Place influences artists. I really do. Think where you are influenced by that. So
We'd love to have some questions, and I know we can switch the span around. I'm sorry, I'm on the video because I feel like we're not sharing. It's okay, I just think you're coming back. So are there any questions for our panel this evening? Anything, I mean, it can be about their art. Doesn't have to be just exactly on the topic of regionalism art here in St. Louis at the Guild. Just sure.
The word culturally pastoral. When you think of your art,
Question is, does Brian think of his art as pastoral?
Well, it depends on the description of the word. But certainly I've been asked to do that for people and create a sense of serenity sometimes. And I'm commissioned often to do people's property at their farms.
Like nature?
Yeah. Sure.
Any other questions? I know you're probably one, but certainly. Randy, did you have anything to add about the St. Louis Artist Guild or St. Genevieve? You said you came later this evening, but you said you were here last year when we did an event in Shawnet.
Yeah, I love this area. I basically live here.
Well, come on.
They probably wouldn't let me leave the guild right now.
Probably would not. You have to commute.
But this is a wonderful place. I know we did the thing last year at Shawnet, and I love that drive out there. And I can understand exactly why Brian does the things he does, like really overpaint stuff he does. I mean, these guys are phenomenal. We hope to see, obviously, more Brian's work and more really Lewis and more of all the work that happens down here at St. Genevieve. I didn't realize what a resource this really was until Karen started pointing it out to us. And I've learned an awful lot just today about, I've read a little bit before I came here, about the history of St. Genevieve and the arts of St. Genevieve. And actually, I want to take some time regionalism, like Brian's book. This place has got a tremendous amount of history, and just like was mentioned here, we as artists are recording history. You may not think of it that way today. You know, long after we're gone, people will say, "Oh, look at that Brian piece, you know, and look at that Billy O, look at that."
Randy Allen.
Or Matthew, you know, these images that were brought about by people who were watching the country develop through hardship, and you know, we're not going to any time right now. But it's just awesome that artists can bring that here. And thank you very much for having this event down here and revitalizing this. And I hope to continue building this relationship with St. Louis artists.
To add on to that, I don't know, there you are, Jean. Jean and Carolyn, whoever else, we went and saw the exhibit that you created at the Visitor Center. I mean, I know, we all know how much time things take. That was a beautiful exhibit.
There's one thing one comment that comes to my mind that I would like to make is in relation to everything that everyone has said tonight, where we are, and those of you who live here. I've done an awful lot of artwork on the Mississippi River around Knowledge, and I would just say, please remember the river and keep it in connection with everything that happens, because it's powerful and unique.
Well, we think we're going to do another clean job at the river next year with Fair Boat Ride, and you're definitely going to go.
Thank you. I'd like to invite everyone afterwards to have a drink of wine or socialize a little bit, but we'd like to say thank you to the two angels who came all the way from St. Louis to talk to us today. There's a book there and a little honorarium. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I've got another book for Randy, and I'll go get it. Yeah, we so much appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Channel 7 and 98 TV and web broadcasting are made possible through contributions and donations from viewers like you. Thank you for your support.